All right, what up, y'all? This is going to be a video that I am going to speak as carefully as I can because I care about this stable and this storyline so much at like a ground level. Damn, car beeping. Trying to make a video. Damn. The Wyatt Six. Okay. As soon as this idea was brought up, the one thing that I said very early, I said, "Yo, I'm down with doing the stable." You know what I'm saying? Even when the stable was being introduced, when Bray was still alive, God rest his soul, it was cool then. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I had no problem with that. You know, when he passed away, unfortunately, it became a bigger idea over time. When Bo Dallas came back and Rowan and everyone, what are we gonna do with this entire stable? And in my head, it was like, okay, if you're gonna do this, you have to make sure that everything they do is extremely important because we are. This isn't just a regular run of the mill stable. We are running this label. We are running this stable with the name of our recently departed superstar in Bray Wyatt. So you have to honor his legacy with this. You can't have this be a stupid storyline or a stupid stable because in my brain that's just blatantly disrespecting the legacy of Bray Wyatt. His name is attached to it. Everything is him. The music he had when he came back. Everything is in the. Everything is just centered around what Bray left for us. You know, so for it to be bad, it wouldn't be a good look on the legacy of Bray. You know what I'm saying? And Bray has had a lot of things that happened to him due to creative that have like hit his legacy pretty hard. And you know, it was none of it he could stop. It was just the person who was in charge. You know. But the problem that we have now is the Wyatt Six, they had an amazing debut. One of the best moments of the year, you know. Amazing debut. Amazing. I say first 2-3 weeks, they were like, all right, I'm really excited about this. Next thing you know, these guys are going off of TV for weeks. And they're having feuds with, in my opinion, the most dead stable in wrestling today, the Final Testament. I don't I Karrion Kross just is not it, you know what I'm saying? And putting the Authors of Pain in there, they're not doing anything. The Final Testament is not good, okay? I see they have a direction, you know, I see what they're trying to do with the whole stable. They're trying to break up tag teams but it's kind of the same thing the Wyatt Six are trying to do, but it's like punishing the tag teams for breaking up. So it's like, in a way, it's like they're working together, but they're fighting each other. I don't know what it is, you know? But you put them in the feud. You have a few pretty good matches, you know what I'm saying? Pretty good, like, big tag team matches with them, you know? But there's no direction with the Wyatt Six. They're just there. And to me, with stables that are like the supernatural kind of stables, they should not be, they shouldn't be drafted to different shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't remember back in the day with the draft when they used to have the SmackDown superstars and the Raw superstars all in one ring or all in one room, and they were watching the TV trying to see if they're going to be drafted. I can't imagine Bo and Sister Abigail all sitting in a room in chairs like they're normal humans, even though they are like a supernatural entity sitting there with the SmackDown and Raw shirts on, just waiting to get drafted. That's not. They should be just. It should just go. You know, especially with this whole stupid transfer window and superstars just going back and forth for no reason, when we shouldn't have a draft anymore at all. We should just let superstars just go. You know what I'm saying? But they're trying to excuse it by saying transfer window and all this stupid stuff. Apparently the Y6 have been quietly moved over to SmackDown. I don't know why. I don't know what they're gonna do on SmackDown. You know, I don't understand it. And they're not doing a very good job of explaining it. They're just saying, oh, they're on SmackDown now, and we just have to wait and watch this very boring 3-hour show and hope that they just pop up, you know. And they're so captivating as a stable. When their music hits, when the lights go down, the crowd's gonna pop. You know what I'm saying? But you have to have some kind of logic with them. There's like no direction. And apparently Alexa Bliss, her return is looming. They were gonna have her in there, but then they halted that for some reason. I don't know what's happening with that. I don't think Alexa should be in there at all. I don't. Because Alexa Bliss with the whole Wyatt thing, to me, I was never really feeling it. You know, they had some cool moments here and there, but it was just like, no. You know what I'm saying? Alexa Bliss as the goddess character, that's her character. That's her character right there. You know, she's very good at that. Just let her do that. Just let her do that. You know? But as far as the Wyatt Six go, just as far as like continuing, I don't know what they want anymore. I don't know if they want championships. I don't think they really need that. I don't know what their goal is. You know, we had the few weeks of the VHS tapes, which some people criticized. I thought it was cool, you know, and it's very slow burn, you know, even when Bray was coming back, slowly on his way back, you know, yet every week they were showing the QR codes. And after a while, it got a little tedious, but people were still tuned in. So it was okay. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, now I don't think many people are tuned into the Wyatt Six as they were in the beginning. So obviously it's something that can be fixed. But at the current moment, there's no direction. And I don't want this stable to fall down to the wayside. Because like I said, this is all on the back of the legacy of Bray Wyatt. And if you do something like this, you have to be particular in your execution, or you're basically wasting it. And Bray's legacy should not be just thrown to the wayside. Should not be just wasted. You know, that's unfair to him, to his family, you know. So at this point, I just hope they can figure it out. I hope they can fix this and find a way where they can make this stable mean something again. It's not good. I don't think it's very hard to. I was thinking about making a video of how I just would like reconstruct this and like get it right on the right track, because right now there is no track. They're just there. Some people may have forgot that they're there. You know what I'm saying? So I do think to me, I remember probably like the first week or the second week after they came back, and I said, yo, to have a debut like they did, when they just tore everything up and they took like the last 20 minutes of the show and just did insane things, and everything about it was just perfect. Perfect. To me, the Wyatt Six are a stable that should just tamper with the entire show. You know, especially with these shows on SmackDown that need something to gravitate to, because they're just throwing stuff out there for 3 hours and none of it is sticking, but they have to fill the 3 hour window. But their roster doesn't accommodate for that. You know what I'm saying? So they have to figure out a way to like glue all this stuff together. The Wyatt Six can be the glue, but it has to be done in particular ways to where it's like they're not just like sprinkled in the show like parsley. Everything that they do, it's like the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the current stables right now, they don't have the continuity of the bloodline because everything was centered around them. Some of the storylines right now are still dealing with the ramifications of the 4 years of the bloodline, because that stable, almost every single minute detail was done very well. Almost. They had a lot of logic gaps in like the second half, but for the first half of it, everything was done in a way to where there were no logic gaps. Everything makes sense and everything flowed very well. So years later, we're still dealing with the consequences of that, even though most of them have gone their separate ways. We've seen bloodline civil wars and 2 different bloodlines, and now that bloodline is done. Solo, presumably, just left. Jacob is now the man, and Tama Tonga, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Roman Reigns is trying to win the Rumble. Rock is Rock. Jay's damn near the biggest star in the company. Jimmy Uso is extremely consistent on SmackDown. I love him. He's my favorite. But you have everyone doing something different, but still dealing with the ramifications of what the bloodline did. That is how you construct a stable storyline. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think this is like a Wyatt Six only issue. I do think this is a stable issue. And this is a stable issue in wrestling today. Like, there aren't that many very good stables in wrestling today. Like, at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like a lot of stables that are in wrestling today are really bad. My 2 worst ones are Final Testament and the Death Riders over in AEW. The Death Riders is going to be the death of the ride of AEW, and Final Testament are just there. You know, and the Wyatt Six, I don't think they're a bad stable. I think they have a lot more direction than people even realize. But I can't fault people for not realizing it, because it's not being presented on TV in a way where people are supposed to care. So, at this point, at surface level, what I hope they do now, just include them on the show. Just include them on the show. You don't have to do the matches yet. Just include them on the show. Make everyone remember that they are there. Do some backstage stuff. Cut some promo. The promo stuff that was really captivating. Get the people back into realizing the Wyatt Six are a stable to be fearful of. You know, maybe they have something on the back burner that I don't know about. We could watch the show next week and they could do something crazy. I don't know, but it's been multiple weeks of nothing, and I'm getting worried. So I'm gonna try to hold my breath for it, you know, but I'll be lying if I said I wasn't worried. But yeah, man, y'all let me know how you guys feel about the Wyatt Six. What do you think Triple H and the WWE have to do to make people care about the stable? Do you care about the stable still? What are your ideas? How do you think they can go about this? Because it needs to be done quickly. Because I don't want this stable to fall down to the wayside. I don't want people to forget about this stable, because this can be something that still can completely shape what 2025 is for this company, if done correctly. But y'all let me know, man. Y'all be safe, drink water. Love y'all, and I will see you in the next video, man.